Hey everybody, Drew here from Pella Cars. So excited to bring you guys this beautiful 2001 Toyota Camry Solara. It is the SE Coupe model and it only has 81,525 miles on it, which was put on by only two owners. The very last owner having had it for over 20 years. They bought it in 2004 and it lived its life on Long Island, where it was very clearly loved its entire life, well taken care of, and quite obviously, as we walk around, you'll see what I mean, parked in a garage. There's some cosmetic flaws on the car, and if any of them really bother you, if you're looking to buy this car as like a summer car only, something to take, for, like a second car, like kind of like a collector type thing, which I wouldn't blame you. I have the exact same car, but a year newer and a convertible, and it is stored in our garage all winter and only driven on nice days. So if this is something that you want to collect and you want some of its, cosmetic flaws taken care of, just reach out. We can discuss it. But the way that it presents now is, just like any of these other cars, which the oldest one's in '96 right there. It's being presented as a very high quality used car, but not a collector's item. But we can get it there. So like I said, just reach out. Want to point out the flaws to you. So if you want to buy it online, you can confidently, or of course, if you want to schedule a test drive, we'd love to meet you. We don't want any surprises when you get here. So we'll start on the hood. There's some little chips right there and some peeling chrome on the grill, as well as some scratches in the front and a touched up scratch underneath the fog light. The wheels, that's by far, the worst of the cosmetic flaws on this car. These wheels peeled horribly. I actually owned a 1999 Camry 20 years ago, and even 20 years ago, they were already looking like this, which is a shame. And the reason for that, by the way, is because the wheel is painted in here, but the face is machined. It almost looks like a record or a radio knob from the 1970s. This is actually a machine finish with clear directly over the aluminum, and then inside again is painted, and that's why that's like that. It's got Kelly Edge tires, which are made by Goodyear. They're very good tires. There's a little bit of peeling paint right there and right there. This car, by the way, was in no accidents, and as we walk around it, I'll show you proof of that and kind of explain as we go. A little chip there, ding, 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 and again, a little bit of peeling clear coat. The in this era, Toyota put a VIN tag on every panel of the car. So this door and this quarter panel have not been replaced. By the way, we'll do the passenger side of the interior. Just absolutely remarkable condition. The floor mats were savable, which is awesome. This one has no stains in it at all, except in the very corner there, which you can see. And, back seat is just like new. Headliner is like new. Back floor, just like new. There's no odors in the car, and front seats like new as well. No odors in the car, no smoking, nothing like that. Moving along, there's ever so slight of a crease here. I don't even want to call it a crease. It's like a long, like they rubbed against something and it ever so slightly misshaped the metal. There you go. You can see it there. And this is the best of the wheels. But again, that's something you could reach out about if it really bothers you, and we could work through it. Kelly Edge tire, great condition. A little bit of scuffing here. And on the back, here's one of those proofs that it was a garaged car. The spoiler on these faded really, really bad if it was left out in the sun, and this one is not. And by the way, the headlights, which are original Toyota headlights, tried to show you the Toyota emblem. It's hard to get it to focus. It's right by my finger. There you go. The headlights, the ones on mine, which is a 2002, I mean, they're about as see-through as the back of my hand now, with 3 times the miles. But yeah, those are definitely garaged headlights. Taillights are in great shape. There's a little bit of condensation in this one. I did pressure wash the car, so that might have something to do with it, but a little bit of condensation there. Deck lids all in great shape. Paint's peeled on the keyhole thing, of course, and there are some scratches along the back of the bumper. Underneath is just incredible. It's not a Florida car, but look at how clean that is. I mean, the 2001 that clean, that's not been a common thing since like 2006. Absolutely wonderful, because Long Island doesn't really get much of a winter. Maybe they get 15 inches of snow a year or something like that versus our 120 or whatever we get. Carpet in the trunk looks like new. There's one little scuff there, and for whatever reason, this back panel's faded to like an aqua green. but just wonderful condition. In the bag, in case anybody wants to see it, is the old timing belt, water pump, idler pulley, tensioner pulley, all the springs, the oil pump seal. That's a very big deal on this engine. That's been replaced. And the cam seal is in there as well. So all that's been done, along with a coolant flush, a full synthetic oil change, and a filter change. Moving along here, there's a scratch there that was touched up, and not much else. Scuffs on the back bumper there. Inside, the driver's side here, the seat shows like virtually no wear. Again, the back, excellent condition. The floor mat had a heel hole in it, which is very common, and that's been patched. And this floor mat saved. A lot of times, you know, when a car goes to a dealership for prep, they just throw away the floor mats because it takes a lot of time to fix them. But, you know, I personally love these cars, love 90s Toyotas. There's a 96 Camry, that's a 97 Crown from Japan, 98 Toyota Celsior from Japan. Just, I'm an enthusiast, right? So certainly wouldn't want to throw away a savable floor mat. So that has been patched. That's not original. But, you know, that heel hole happens to them all. So, problem solved. The radio is JBL, and it is absolutely killer. 2001 was a little bit early for like really good stock stereos, but this does not leave you wanting. The bass in it is incredible. The highs are super crisp. This speaker does not sound as good as the rest. It's clear. It's just not as loud as the rest. And my thought is that one's been replaced. It's super common on these cars. Again, I own one, that this door is open and closed, the speaker's in it, and this speaker goes. But you can get, you know, you can match up the specs for the passenger speaker if you want it to sound totally balanced. You'll have to see when you get here because I can't show you in a video, but you probably wouldn't know unless I pointed it out. But just a little bit quieter from this speaker. Absolutely just like thundering bass for the era. Fantastic, fantastic stereo. Seat is adjustable up and down in the back, up and down in the front, of course, forward and back, and it reclines. And there might be, yep, there's a lumbar support too. I'm going to show you underneath the hood. By the way, this car was made in Canada. It was designed by Toyota. They made this 92 to 96 Camry. The last 2 years, they made it in coupe, and it didn't sell very well, so they re-engineered. They dropped the Camry Coupe name and made the Solara in an attempt to get young buyers, and of course, it got the 55 and older crowd, which, you know, hey, I'm not quite there yet, and I have one in my collection, but absolutely wonderful car. There's your timing belt again. It's been done. Red coolant, not the universal stuff. Fresh battery in there for you, and again, full synthetic oil change with a filter. I'm going to take you guys for a ride. Oh, the paint on the mirror is faded as well. I'll take you guys for a ride. These cars are fantastic. Now, to those who remember, you know, they're not particularly quick. If you've never driven one of these cars, if you've never been in one, it's a 2.2 liter 4-cylinder with no variable valve timing and 4 gears. To give you an idea, they went to a 2.4 liter 4-cylinder with variable valve timing and 5 gears for the next generation. Because again, not a particularly quick car. It's more than powerful enough, but you know, it's definitely you know, evidence of an era that's gone. This was, I believe, the last, if not, no, excuse me, second to last year of this engine. This engine showed up in Camrys in the year 1992. And a version of this engine goes back all the way to the early 80s. But, you know, again, it's enough. It's will get you up to highway speed. There's no shakes or shimmies or pulls or anything like that. It drives as good as it looks. Roll up the window there. It's very quiet for a coupe. It has frameless windows, which means that when the window's down and you open the door, there's no like frame above the window. So being that that's the design, it's very quiet. So we're going 60, hands off the wheel, perfectly straight. I'm going to get on the brakes. No shakes, no shimmies, no pulls, nothing like that. So just an absolutely wonderful, wonderful car. And again, as an owner of one, I absolutely love mine. It is remarkably, remarkably comfortable going down the road compared to a modern car. Modern cars are really tight and they handle well. You can see this one's mushy in a good way. It has that old school just smoothness to it that you know, get on the expressway, throw on the cruise control, and you're not worn out by the ride of the car when you get where you're going. It's incredible. And this example is as good as it gets, I feel. I mean, the inside looks like new. It drives like new. Just an absolutely wonderful car. So anyways, I'm Drew. I appreciate your time. If you want to buy this car online, you can through the website, www.pellacars.com, or you can just call me. Again, my name's Drew, 585-771-0111 to schedule your in-person test drive. And hey, if you've been entertained or informed, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And we're trying to change the dealership way more toward older stuff like this. It's very hard to find in good condition, but we go as far as Japan to get 90s Toyotas. Of course, the steering wheel's over there. If that just entertains you and you want to see more of it, feel free to subscribe to the channel. And the only thing we use this channel for is these video walkarounds, and sometimes I kind of like review cars like I did with this one as they're getting harder and harder to find. So, yep, I'm Drew. I appreciate your time. Again, that's www.pellacars.com or 585-771-0111. Thank you. Take care.